Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from January 10th through the 12th, 2025. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle coming out for Taurus. Let's see what's going on, Taurus. Hopefully it's beautiful, right? You're stuck energy on in the Angels of the Four Directions. Some of you are on a journey, okay? This is a journey that you should be rejoicing and laughing about at this point, right? There's things are shifting in your life. They want you to enjoy where you are now, but you may be stuck on a certain aspect of your journey where you are the villain, where you are the bad one, where the things could have been better. Okay, you can. They're showing that you see that there's so many improvements, that you're in a good place, but it's very difficult to stay on that track. So they want to remind you that life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. So when we resist change, right, we resist the natural flow of life, and then we create unnecessary stress. So you need to go with the flow, there's like, you'll be surprised where it leads. You'll be surprised where you're headed, right? You're stuck on a situation here. They're showing where you were in a space where things were not resonating and did not serve you, and perhaps you were misguided, or you felt like you were going down the wrong path. Some of you may have felt like your life was completely out of control, although you may be blamed for almost everything that happened in this energy. Like, people are looking at you going, well, that's what you did, that's what blah blah blah. This is what you wanted, this is what you built for yourself, kind of energy. Some of you may be in that space. I'm not saying that that's what you did, but sometimes life can happen, especially if you're an emperor energy. Emperors are usually the parent or the head of a household, the owner of a business, right? They're the captain of the ship, or they're considered so. And things could happen that's out of your control. Just because you're a boss or because you're a parent doesn't mean you know everything, right? We're human after all, and all of us are trying to figure things out. But what it's showing is that you may be stuck on an instance where maybe you couldn't complete a task, or you couldn't get things balanced out. Things were not shifting properly, maybe because they're showing that things got better, or things are getting better for you, and as they're getting better, you're still focused on the reason why it had to get better, or what happened before it got better. Now, Angels of the Four Directions is Hierophant and Nine of Wands. That's you. The angels are trying to tell you to keep pushing. They're trying to push you to understand that you can't start gearing up for the worst. It's not going to be what it was before, but also at the same time, it's time for you to continue to push. You've been wounded. You had no one's perfect, right? But in order for someone to be the boss, or to be the head of something, you had to go through some stuff, right? Everyone gets so upset with the boss, the leader. They don't have an idea, no clue what the responsibilities are, and that if that same mantle was on someone else's shoulders, it would break their collarbone. And so that's something here that Spirit wants you to understand, that you've got to start now rejoicing and laughing more about where you are. This is that energy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Kill Bill. I used to watch that movie repetitively. It was one of those therapy movies I would just watch at the end, at night, fall asleep to. That one in The Matrix. Oh my gosh. Um, every every part of that, every movie, every one, and John Wick now too. Um, where you just watch, you're just like, if only I was that adept in life to be able to do some of that stuff. I can't even do a split without feeling like I'm seeing the light. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as I'm doing a split. But however it goes, it's funny. However it goes, right? At the end of Kill Bill, she started laughing. She had to go through all these people to get her baby. So at the end, she's in the bathroom and she's laughing hysterically, like, the insane laughter that you do when you're like, someone's confronting you and you're just like, you don't understand that I'm insane a little bit. You don't want to mess with me, right? But however it goes, they want you to be in that space. If you've ever seen that movie, you can understand the concept of that. However it goes, because y'all know I'm a movie buff. I think I've seen almost, I don't know how, I can't remember to do certain things that I need to do. I can't remember sometimes to water my plants, but I remember the actors and the year and their birthdays too. I remember their sign, all that stuff, but I can't remember certain things. However it goes. they're asking you here to keep pushing, right? They want you to enjoy where you are because you're going to be somewhere else. Where you're going is much better than where you are now. Just remember that maybe last year, the marker of that time, you're better now in many ways than you were back then. Just imagine where you'll be in the future, right? They want you to realize that you don't have to be the villain. You're not the villain, and you don't have to be. There's something better for you, okay? Much better. They're telling you, they want you, there's a happiness here. Great gratitude is judgment and Page of Cups. There's almost an energy of saying, be grateful that it didn't get worse, right? Because it could have been so much worse. But there's something about gratitude, about the small things, being grateful for the small things, the small repetitive things, right? That you can do. You're still able to walk, or you're still able to do certain things. Be grateful for those things, right? That you're still up, you can see. Maybe you're almost blind like me, where you have to wear the strongest glasses or strongest lenses, but you're still able to see, and you still are able to have access to those things. There's something about you needing to just be grateful and happy in this energy, which is very difficult. This weekend would be one where you need to cultivate the happiness of where you are. You are not where you used to be, and that is a beautiful thing. You may be taking, even if no one's blaming you, you may be taking in that it's my fault. I was in control. I should have said no. I should have walked away. I should have stopped this. That is not necessarily where spirit wants you to be, right? Okay, maybe we could have done this, and we should have done that, and we would have had this happen. But where you are right now is where you're meant to be. I see the angel numbers 0220, which, if you're looking at a digital clock, that's 220, right? And that's a call to act on an idea. They say you have the benefit of good fortune. So if you use your wise judgment, okay, you can do anything with very little effort. In this place, you can reach new heights. So I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune here, the Emperor, the Justice. You know what I'm saying? That even Eight of Cups means I can't do anything with these cups. I need the expanse of that big body of water behind me that can't fit in these cups. I can only take what, 8 cups in? Whereas you're talking about millions of gallons behind you. You should act on your potential when you see 0220, since what you plant will grow. Okay? You're about to experience a spectacular ascent, which is what judgment does. This is an angel that transmutes anything dark into something beautiful, gives it a second life, right? Now you have fear with the Page of Cups and the Eight of Swords. You may be afraid that all you can do is this little thing. All I can do is this, though. There's a fear of saying back then that's all I could do. And it got me in a lot of trouble, or it put me in a position where I made decisions that really sabotaged things. I made decisions that rendered me what is it? It put me in a position where I had to walk away from something that could have been successful. That's not the case any longer. With fear, this energy is always one that says what happened yesterday will not happen today. Okay, there's a rainbow, of course, that's coming up, right? Whenever there's a storm, there's a rainbow, and you see these birds are coming back out, which is telling you there's no more storms coming, but you're still afraid of that storm. There's a need for you to say to yourself, whenever you start to get to a place where you are thinking negatively, you're stuck in analysis paralysis, staring off into the distance, thinking about where you were and how you could have done more, or any of that mess. You say, I believe in myself and my abilities. I believe in myself and I believe in my abilities. You have to say it enough so where you believe it. It's not enough to just say it and walk around going, yeah, I believe in myself and my abilities. I mean, yeah. Say it to where your brain is taking it down as a fact and stores it in your subconscious, so that every move you make, it's like, I know that if I do this, it's going to do whatever I asked it to do. I believe in myself. I know that I have abilities. Okay, because some of you have this beautiful ability of transmutation. Some of you are one that is a supreme balance. Some of you are the keepers of knowledge, you have the keys to something and you don't realize it. Or maybe you do, you just don't believe that you can unlock anything. Make sure that you rewrite your story at this point. No longer are you the person that couldn't get it right. No longer are you the person that couldn't get things balanced and life was just, it's all your fault. No longer are you that person. You're not the villain, right? I just have to throw that out here. Okay. So, yeah, I'm seeing the color apricot or the fruit. This is supposed to remind you to laugh, to rejoice, and to be happy and glad and enjoy where you are, because there is a promise that you'll be somewhere else. There is a promise here. So you could be dealing with an Aries, a Libra, Sagittarius. We also have another Taurus, also Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You could be an Aries Taurus cusp dealing with a Pisces Aries cusp. We have Libra Scorpio cusp, Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. If you're not dealing with these signs, which you don't have to be, these signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.